Hey everyone, your coach here, CoachGShort. If you follow me on Facebook, you know that I just returned from my cruise. So this was a Beachbody cruise. I got to hang out with some amazing people, some amazing trainers, and also if anyone from the cruise ship ever makes it over to my YouTube page, I would like to thank you guys for making the experience so nice. I know you guys have to deal with a lot of things going on, the food and the staterooms and whatnot, but you guys made it fantastic. With that being said, I also recorded the panels that were done by the executives and the trainers. And I wanted to bring those to everyone here because there's only so much room on the cruise ship, and instead of hearing word of mouth, it was like, was it this? Was it that? Hey, we have the video so you can see it. So enjoy this video. I'm going to break it up into a few parts so you don't have to sit through an hour long. You can go through and do some steps. But here we go. Check it out.
Have an apprentice. And so I had auditions last night. And I have to say that it didn't go so well. But one person emerged as possibly having what it takes to carry on the tradition in the suit. So if you please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the new Shakeology apprentice. Come on out, sir. Let's just so everybody knows that if they see you walking down the ship, that you're qualified to be in photos with them. So can we just quickly go through the routine? Let's see pose number 1. Jeff. No. Bunched up. People think this is easy. But it's not. I have so much respect for you now, Michael. Pose number 2.
Not so good? Not quite there?
You know what? I think I can make it around the whole ship. Well, Jeff, it's all yours. What are we going to do today?
We're going to have a great day, but is anybody kind of...
I'm feeling all right.
Anybody out there feeling a little bit of dizziness out there? Everybody good so far? All right. Well, we've got a great morning for you this morning. Hopefully everybody had a great night. Everybody sleep like a baby. All right. How many of you? This is a dangerous.
How many of you had an aid to sleeping last night?
Aid. Is that what you should call it?
Well, I guess. I think so.
All right. Who had a chance to work out with Autumn this morning? How was it? All right. How many had a chance to work out with Sean T? Okay, and how about Tony? That's awesome. Well, we're going to have Autumn and Sean T and Tony up here a little bit later today, and we'll hear from them. So that's going to be exciting. What else we got? We got Mr. Carl Daikeler. Why don't we go ahead and get started? Should we get started? So, I have to tell you, for those of you who I've been to your Super Saturdays, you've probably heard me tell this story, but I'll tell it again. I joined this company a little over 7 years ago when I heard that they were going to start a network marketing channel, and I was fortunate enough that they hired me to help get this thing going. But back then it was funny. Beachbody was this big infomercial company. Had all these shows on TV. People knew their products, but the network was just a tiny little group. I think there were maybe 6 of us that were in the network department, and so we were the little guys, and TV was the big guys. And it was sometimes, it's hard to be the little guy. And it's hard when sometimes people are looking at you like, yeah, whatever, good try, you're not going to make it. And sometimes it was tough. When we first launched the company, for those of you that were there, was anybody there when we first launched the company? Who was out here? A couple people were out here. But things didn't always go so smoothly.
Sometimes you think, well, they still don't go that smoothly, but back then it was even worse. But it was at times tough. And I remember it was a weeknight. It was fairly late at night, and my phone rang, and it was Carl. And I picked up the phone and I said, "Hey, how you doing?" And he said, "I just want to tell you one thing. I don't care what anybody says. This network is going to be successful. And it has to be successful because there is no way that we are going to be able to help as many people as we need to help unless we're doing it through the network." I want to assure you that we are never going to give up until we help all the people that need to be helped. And that was 7 years ago, and now today, 7 years later, we've helped hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people get healthy. It's something that I know Jeff and I are so proud to be a part of this company. We're proud to be able to call all of you our family and our co-workers, and really the heart and soul of what we do with this company, sharing what we do, and we're so appreciative. But I think that we all wouldn't be here if we didn't have the leader that we have, and that is our founder and CEO, Mr. Carl Daikeler.
Michael and Jeff talk about, their perspective from the beginning of things. It really has been a wild ride, and as I mentioned last night, never in my wildest dreams did I think, hey, let's charter a cruise ship. This was never on the bucket list, but in retrospect, now I've gone back, revised my bucket list, put it on there so I could cross it off. But it's really cool, and as I said on Facebook and Twitter, I've been looking forward to this and got more and more excited about the prospect of being at sea and sharing this with literally 3,000 of my closest friends. It's like, it's really, it's so special. Last time we did a cruise, I think we had, somebody was saying last night, we maybe had 300, 400 people on that cruise that we did a couple years ago. And, I don't consider myself like some sort of recognizable guy, but so you see people and they sort of look at you and you're like, hi, and then so on that boat there was 300 people, but it was a massive ship. So you'd be walking around the ship and you're like waiting, hit the elevator button and people would look at you and you weren't sure, they're looking at you weren't sure if you had something hanging out of your nose or if they were perhaps a coach that wanted to say hi. So it was just like, hi. What's going on with you? So now it's, now I can just presume that you're coaches and I can say hi, but if it actually turns out that I've got something hanging out of my nose, please tell me. Because I won't be able to tell the difference. All right, we got a couple of announcements, and then I want to talk a little bit about what my journey's been like here and how it relates to you as now CEOs of your own business, which means that we share this common term in some respects, and that's the role of entrepreneur. One of the things that an entrepreneur does is constantly reinvent. An entrepreneur does not, while the search for any entrepreneur is to find a business model, what Jim Collins calls the flywheel effect. You want to find a business model that has what they call a virtuous cycle. That I do this, I get this. I get this, this happens. I get this, this happens. I get this happens. And then I start the cycle again. And slowly but surely, as you figure that out, you spin it, and you spin it. And then it just doesn't stop, right? So we have a virtuous cycle as a company. We have, and it's kind of like our little secret sauce. I don't really publish it in terms of how we come up with products, how we market the products, and just what the whole ecosystem, how it works. But you have a virtuous cycle now that we've identified over the years as Team Beachbody coaches. You have this virtuous cycle of get people into challenge groups, help them be successful, identify the ones that have the opportunity to be a coach, get them to be a coach, recognize them, get groups together to support each other as coaches, build your next challenge group. And that cycle, and as those coaches are building challenge groups, that cycle goes around and around and around. And as you pursue this, you can sometimes want to get sidetracked and shoot off and become, well, I'm just going to do this one part of it. I'm just going to manage my coaches now. But then you stop the cycle, right? So that can work for a while. That can work for a year where you're just managing these coaches. You've got your people and you're going to try to get to a certain rank. But if you stop bringing in new people into challenge groups, one, you're showing your coaches that that no longer is an important part of the process, and you're slowing down your own business. You become too reliant. Like we've got coaches who have outrageous incomes. Things are going extremely well for them, but they might be reliant on one or two superstar coaches beneath them that are bringing all that volume up. And if one of those two people starts to go sideways, then their business will suffer. If you want to be a true entrepreneur, you keep that virtuous cycle going and going. Now, one of the steps in our virtuous cycle as a company, and specifically as it relates to the network, we've seen that launching new products tends to invigorate everything. Obviously, we've got the monthly promotions that we do around challenge packs, but when we come out with a new product, and when we look at how to create a new product, we look at what the catalog needs, sort of a combination of what's missing in the catalog and what will the coaches want to use or really get excited about. And sometimes those two things, they're not the same answer. So for instance, when we created Tai Cheng, we thought, we needed something for my dad. No, we needed something, it's kind of true. We needed something that people who either have an injury or they've got a nagging ache or pain that because their kinesiology is not all aligned, so they need to realign everything. That's what Tai Cheng can do. So regardless of whether you're doing Body Beast or P90X or Insanity or T25, Tai Cheng can help realign that. In my dad's case, hip replacement surgery, he needed a way to sort of get everything working again. That hip wore down because of a issue with just how you walk, right? And so we created Tai Cheng not thinking that, okay, this is going to be the next big program that all the coaches do. But we create that because it's a complement to the catalog. And that helps keep the wheel spinning. New people come into challenge groups. Same thing with Body Beast, same thing with 21 Day Fix, same thing with T25. Helps get that virtuous cycle going. Well, we've got a new one, and I was super excited to make this a big announcement. Oh, these people are going to go nuts when I announce this. They aren't going to have any idea about this program. I'm going to break it. I'm going to drop some nouns. So, ladies and gentlemen, my big announcement. Coming this summit from a woman who I think you all know and enjoy her programs, Chalene Johnson's PIO. Can we show that? Of the tiny moves that you have to do in Pilates, which at the time when I met Chalene, Pilates was just the rage on TV. And she said, I think this could be a really good program. And we never got around to it. And then finally, again, in terms of the catalog expanding in a direction that we thought that coaches would appreciate, to do this type of program would be a great complement to the higher impact programs like Insanity and T25 and X3, but also would be a great thing for you who have prospects who are intimidated by the other programs or who like the idea of an alternative to yoga and Pilates that will keep them moving, keep their heart rate up, and help them get results and get strong and get lean at the same time that they get sort of the flexibility benefits of those programs. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me present a quick video on PIO. Define yourself.
Who says you have to jump, grunt, strain, and punish yourself to get results from a workout?
You can really get an incredible workout. You don't have to beat yourself up.
And who says you can only get the benefits of Pilates and yoga by holding long, intense poses?
You are gonna look so good.
Introducing PIO, a fitness breakthrough that fuses the muscle sculpting benefits of Pilates with the core strengthening and stretching benefits of yoga. But don't expect to stand still and just hold poses. PIO speeds everything up, including the results.
PIO has significantly changed the shape of my body.
PIO's dynamic flowing sequences deliver a serious calorie burn at the same time that it lengthens, tones, and increases flexibility.
I am a mother of 2, and PIO has really leaned me up and defined my abs in ways that I have never seen.
And one of the best things is that these workouts sculpt and define your body with no weights and no equipment.
It's one of the most challenging strength-building workouts I've ever done. I'm literally drenched in sweat, and I haven't touched a weight today.
We're not using weights, we're using our own weights.
Not only are there no weights, but PIO is low impact, which means you'll burn off excess fat, get more defined, and help alleviate aches and pains created by age or other workout programs.
I got injured about a year ago. I couldn't do any exercises where I had to run or jump, so I started religiously doing PIO. Not only did my injury get healed quicker, but I lost 15 pounds.
Change your body, sculpt your body, and be kind to your body.
PIO is a low-impact workout that delivers incredibly visible results to people of all ages and all fitness levels.
I'm 47, and I'm in the best shape of my life because of PIO.
PIO hits every single muscle. I got muscles in places I never knew I had.
We are going to define your body.